Arrest warrants are shedding light on how an Augusta mother was found dead and the accusations against a 26-year-old man came to be. Now, we do want to warn you, what you're about to hear is disturbing.
We're following Richmond County deputies as they investigate what led up to 27-year-old Laquana Lang's death on Hines Street this past weekend.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. "27-year-old Laquana Lang, affectionately known as Quana, was loving, supportive, and loyal. But you wouldn't know that unless you really knew her. She kept her circle small, and she didn't deal with too many people. But if she rocked with you, she really rocked with you, and you knew it because there was nothing that she wouldn't do for you." Quana had 2 small children, and she was a dedicated and devoted mother. She loved her babies so much, and caring for them was how she spent the majority of her time. Being a single parent wasn't easy, but Quana made sure her kids were well taken care of. Little is known about Quana's dating life. She wasn't the type that was really going to get on social media and tell all her business. She was a private person. But what we do know is at some point she linked up with 26-year-old Devontae Parks during his time of incarceration. Whether she knew him before his time in prison or not, we don't know. But what we do know is by May of 2024, Quana was ready for her man to come home. She shared her thoughts on Facebook, writing, "Free Tay." I won't say too much. Why she would ever be involved with a man like Devontae is a complete mystery to me and a lot of people. He was at the tail end of an 8-year bid for an assault charge, court records show. In 2016, Devontae shot a woman repeatedly. The incident began when Devontae's friend requested his assistance in getting revenge on a woman he suspected had set him up to get robbed. Devontae stupidly agreed, and both he and his friend shot the woman 5 times. Luckily, she survived. Devontae pled guilty and was sentenced to 12 years in prison and 13 years of probation. He only served 8 of those years behind the walls, though, and he was paroled on July 16th of 2024. By September of that same year, Devontae was confessing his love for Quana, writing in a September 2nd Facebook post, "Happy Born Day to my heart, Big 27. Wish you plenty more. I'ma be right here with you, through whatever, that's word, shorty." On that very same day, he changed his Facebook status to show that he was in a relationship with Quana. I don't know how or why things changed, but they most definitely did. And by September 7th of 2024, Quana would be found dead in her apartment, and Devontae would become the main suspect in her murder. On September 7th of 2024, police responded to a call about a shooting at a home in Augusta, Georgia. When they arrived, they located Quana. She was deceased from an apparent gunshot wound. Also at the scene were Quana's 2 small children, ages 2 and 5. They had been in the home with their deceased mother for more than 4 hours before eventually crawling and walking through her pool of blood to get to the front door to seek help. When questioned, the kids told authorities exactly who shot their mom, and they named their stepfather, Devontae Parks.
Arrest warrants are shedding light on how an Augusta mother was found dead and the accusations against a 26-year-old man came to be. Now, we do want to warn you, what you're about to hear is disturbing.
We're following Richmond County deputies as they investigate what led up to 27-year-old Laquana Lang's death on Hines Street this past weekend.
Details of the story are extremely disturbing. Documents show Parks and Lang lived in the same household with her 2 children under the age of 6. Documents also say both children were home at the time of the shooting and were left there alone for more than 4 hours. The affidavit says the kids had to crawl and walk through their mom's blood to get help. And Devontae Parks was released early from prison after shooting another woman in 2016. Arrest warrants allege he fatally shot Laquana Lang in the upper torso. Authorities say her children had to identify him as the shooter.
Word spread fast about the shooting, and it hit everyone hard. But one person in particular felt absolutely sick to the core. It was Devontae's first shooting victim.
Hours ago, we broke the news about a murder suspect's criminal past, along with disturbing details about the murder of a local mom over the weekend.
Investigators say the suspect is 26-year-old Devontae Parks.
That deadly shooting happened just Saturday on Hines Street, taking the life of that 27-year-old Laquana Lang. But we found a similar case back in 2016 where a woman barely lived after she was shot 6 times by the same suspect, Devontae Parks.
Maybe if I would have spoke up, maybe if I would have kept up with it, this wouldn't happen. He wouldn't have been out.
Brittany Mackey tells me she hasn't heard the name Devontae Parks since 2018, just before he was sentenced to 25 years for shooting her. She says time stopped when she saw he had been arrested again, this time for murder, and she was never notified he was out on parole. Brittany Mackey says when she realized who was charged for the murder of 27-year-old Laquana Lang, it's a name she was hoping she would never hear again.
It's a slap in my face because of things that I had to go through with working and jobs, which I let somebody like that go for the person that's trying to work on themselves and trying to do better.
And Mackey was even angrier when she learned it happened while he was out early on parole.
I did not know he was out. Nobody contacted me.
It's confusing because she had a victims advocate caseworker here on the local level.
Well, I contacted the DA, and they basically told me I was supposed to keep up with it. They apologized for nobody contacting me, but pretty much it was up to me to keep up with him being released.
Devontae turned himself into authorities on September 8th, the day after the murder of Laquana, and less than 2 months after his release from prison for the first shooting. He is currently in custody awaiting trial. My heart truly goes out to Quana's family and friends, especially her children. They definitely did not deserve to see their mother taken out like that. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, create an out plan and get out now. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.